All right, everyone. Welcome to class. As you all are aware, this is a pre-recorded class because I'm off somewhere in the eastern part of Victoria, having a holiday, getting the caravan out. Seeing as last year we didn't get to do that very often. So today we are going to do a strength training type class. It's going to be upper body and backs that are going to be the main focus of this session. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Stand up and we'll get this show on the road. Lift up out of the hips. Belly button gently drawing back as you would usually do. And let's roll the shoulders. Good, and just relax. Take a deep breath in now. And breathe out, arms coming down. Make sure you're working within your limitations. I want you to feel yourself lengthening here. Let's not stretch out the arms until the elbows are locked up, but let's just keep them long. And once more, feel the spine lengthening as well, the whole back, and take it down. Good, we're going to drop the chin to the chest now. We're going to breathe out and roll down just as far as you can go. And take a breath in and breathe out, roll back up. And at the top, you're going to breathe in again. Remember, we want the arms and shoulders relaxed here, okay? So don't use them. The focus should be on the center of the body here. So as we roll back up, belly button draws back towards the spine gently. And we stand up nice and tall. Let's do that once more. Deep breath out, rolling down. Breathing in at the bottom. And breathing out, coming back up to the top. And standing tall. Good, I'm taking the arms out to the side now. They're nice and long, but I'm not locking up those elbows. Let's twist to the right. And around to the left. And again, round to the right. And the left. Got that spine moving now. Let's come back to the center and take those arms down. Okay, we're going to roll through the feet now, tapping one heel at a time to the floor. Keep pulling up out of your hips. Good, and rising up and down. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Keep going. And 6, lift up as tall as you can. 7, remember we're not lifting the shoulders. 8 and 9, last one. And pulling up. 10, good. Got an itch. Give your legs a little shake. Let's grab that elastic now. Now I know everyone has slightly different elastics, different tensions and that sort of thing, so please make sure you work within your limitations with yours, okay? So we won't do a lot of the strength stuff with the elastic today. Make sure you're holding it at roughly shoulder distance apart. If you need to stretch it because you don't have that flexibility in your shoulders, take your hands out wider, okay? Let's take those arms up now, shoulders down, and just take the shoulders back. 1 and 2. Now don't just swing the arms, I see that a lot. I just want you to use the shoulders. 1 more. Over to the side, squeeze in at the waistline, so you are actually using those ab muscles, the obliques, the sides of the tummy. Let's come back to the top. Let's push back again for 1. Just tuck that chin gently, especially if you have any neck things going on. Things. That's a technical term for it. Over to the side and over to the other side. And back to the top, good. Let's take it down now, get those legs moving and bend the knees and pull back and bend the knees. The more you pull those arms back, the more you stretch the elastic, the harder you're going to work. If it's hurting your neck, don't go so tight. Let's do 5 more, and 1. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And arms back up, shoulders down. Let's gently pull it out. And 2. Working from the shoulders here. Now this movement is exactly the same one we're going to do on the side, but just with one arm. And 2, move from the shoulder. 3, 4, one more, and 5. Up and over, and down. 1, long arm. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now remember, if you're feeling it in your shoulders, you need to make it just a little bit, if you're feeling pain in the shoulders, make your movements a little bit smaller. You should feel the shoulders working, but we don't want any pain traveling from the shoulder and down the arm or the neck. Let's go again. 1 and 2, 3, 4, last 1 and 5, and up and over, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5, and back to the top. Good, stretch it out and take it down behind you now. Bring around the back the best way that you can. Make sure the palms of the hands are facing forward. Nice long arms here. Standing up nice and tall, let's squeeze back. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and we'll hold and bring it back down. Now we're going to gently pull out. 1, keep the arms long. 2, I'm working from the shoulders still. 4, one more. 5, now squeeze back. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and last 1, and down and pull out. 2, 3, 4, last 1, 5. Good, let's bring it back up and over. Good, shake it out. You should be feeling a lot more stretched out and stronger. Posture should feel better through the upper body. So let's pop the elastic down, and now that we've set that posture, let's get those weights going. So carefully picking up your weights off the floor. All right, so we'll get the legs going at the same time and do some squats with it. So take your feet out about shoulder distance apart. Now remember, do not lock up those elbows, keep them slightly bent. Let's come down as deep as you can go and pull up tall. And pull up tall. And pull up tall. Make sure you're breathing. 5 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last 1. We're going to hold it and do some little pulses. Keep that really small and pull up. Let's take the feet out. Make it wider now. Hands into the shoulders and elbows out and coming down. Make sure those knees are pulling right back. 5 more. Keep that chin tucked. Last 1. Good, elbows in, arms down, bring the feet back in. Shake it out if you need to, because we're going to repeat that. Down as deep as you can and pull up tall. Five more. All I can hear are my knees. Hold and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull up. Good. Take the feet out wider now. Tailbone tucked under. Julianne, make sure that you're not doing the arm part for the second set. And down we go. Five more. Last one. Good. And come up, elbows in and arms down. Good. Give your legs a little shake. We're going to rest the legs for a moment. So we'll take them about shoulder distance apart. Put a small bend in those knees. Keep your back upright. And we're going to do a bicep curl. Five more. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, last 1 and 5. Good, let's hinge forward. Keep those knees bent. Don't go forward too far, okay? I want you to keep your back upright and pull back. Five, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Handstand tall, bend the knees and curl. Keep those elbows down at your side. 5 more and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 more and 5. Good, hinge, knees still bent. Now when you do this one, Julianne, just keep it small. We're opening the chest gently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull up. Good job, all right. Let's shake it out a little bit. Let's take the feet out a little wider, put a small bend in those knees, pulling those knees back, so we want to keep the outside of the foot on the floor. Hands in front of your chest, shoulders down. Keep your arms nice and low, Julianne, and open. Let's do one more like that. Good. Take your arms down and hinge. Now we do need to make sure those shoulders are back the whole time, lifting up. 2. Now we don't want to lift the shoulders, we're lifting from the elbow. Okay, so if you lift your shoulders, then I need you to take your arms out a little wider like I'm doing. And come up. Let's bend and open for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and hinge. Still have knees bent. You haven't rolled forward. And open the chest. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And come up. Good, bring those legs in, shake them out. Let's pop the weights down on the floor now, but we are going to use them again, so make sure that they're not too far away from you. Loosen up those arms. Let's take the arms up, all the way to the ceiling. Shoulders are down. Let's lift the shoulders and squeeze into the neckline and then lower them down. And again, lift and lower down. And once more, lift and lower down. And then take the arms out. Make sure those hands have dropped below shoulder line. Pull the elbows in and stretch out. 1 and 2. Nice long neck. 3, and I'm talking about the back of the neck. 4 and 5. And arms down. Drop the chin to the chest. Deep breath out, rolling down as far as you can go. Breath in at the bottom. And breathe out, slowly unroll. Good work. Okay, we're going to come down onto the floor now, into our plank, of course. Being that we're working on the upper body, we are going to do a 2-minute plank. If you can't hold it for that long, that's fine. You can stop, don't worry about that. Let's stand up nice and tall to start. Let's roll it down to the floor. Bend the knees, and then we're going to walk out into our plank. Now remember, your plank, if you've got to come down onto your knees, then do so. If you want to stay up on your wrists, you can, or you can come down onto your elbows as another option. Just make sure it suits you. As soon as you get into position, you want those shoulders back, you want that nice strong posture, belly button gently drawing back towards the spine. So if you're feeling it in your back, then make sure your hips are not too low, okay, and make sure you are connecting. You should feel your tummy muscles switch on pretty quickly, okay? You should be able to feel them there. chest is open as well, so we're not getting super tight in the upper back just yet, but you can feel that the shoulders are working. We've just hit 30 seconds. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and remember you can stop whenever you need to. Five seconds left to a minute. You can hold that, keep holding it for another minute if you like. If you want to come down, you can lower the hips to the floor, squeeze that lower back. Your other option is to pull back into child's pose and relax. You can even stretch those arms out in this position. And if you do want to come back and do another plank, then just make sure you get your elbows or your wrists underneath your shoulders first. Open the chest, and then as you take your hips down, tuck that bum under, activate the tummy as well. 30 seconds left to go until we all finish. Now, as you start to get more and more tired through the back, you do find that the hips start to sink a little bit. Sometimes we start to drop the hips and stick the bum upwards, okay? We need to be aware of that. If you can't feel the tummy working anymore, then I would just check your positioning and make sure it's all correct. Got 5 seconds, just 5. All that talking made time fly. Good, let's stretch it back into child's pose now, well done. Nice long arms here to get those shoulders a good stretch. And then we slide back down onto our tummy. Okay, we're going to start with our hands underneath our forehead so that you can upgrade it if you need to and if it suits you. Okay, so chin tucked, belly button back. Deep breath out and lift the chest away from the floor. Arms as well. And breathe in, lower down. Deep breath out and lift up. And breathe in and lower down. Deep breath out and breathe in and lower down. And again. And breathe in and lower down. Good. Okay, so if you want to make that a little bit more challenging, the first option is to breathe out and come up. Take those arms out nice and long. Bring them back in and lower down. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest the whole time. Arms out and in and lower down. So that's 2 options for you. And lower down. Okay, just resting for a moment as I give you your third option. So you can go back to one of those 2, okay? Or you can make it more challenging by taking those arms above your head. Make sure they're about the width of your mat. Okay, elbows are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Okay, we're not stretching those arms. Deep breath out. And lift the chest. And breathe in, lower down. So you'll notice that the arms feel a lot, or make the body feel a lot heavier. Try not to lift the chin. Try not to stretch the arms and lock up the elbows because that's going to make those shoulders really tight as well. And relax your upper body down. So I'm just going to slide my hands back under my forehead so I can still breathe comfortably. Now the legs. Deep breath out, stretching the legs. And breathe in and lower down. Deep breath out, stretching the legs. And breathe in and lower down. So we're not aiming for height here. It's more about trying to lengthen those legs. We do also want to try to keep those feet relaxed. That takes a bit of practice. Let's do one more like that, and then we'll make it a little bit more challenging for those that want to. And lower down. Okay, so while you relax your legs, your next one is going to be adding a swimmer kick into it. So you lengthen the legs, swimmer kick, moving from the hips, nice long legs, and lower down. Deep breath out, start your movement, breathing in and lower down. And again, lengthening the legs, feeling the butt work. You might even be able to feel that through the back of the legs as well. Remember, you don't have to come to this point. If it's hurting your back, please don't do it. Listen to your body. Alright, last one like this, and you can relax again and choose whether you're going to go with option 1, option 2, and option 3 will be to lengthen and in and out 5 times and lower down. You will find by doing this one, the butt gets a little tighter, the inner thighs get a little tighter, and that can lead to the lower back getting tighter. So if it's too much on your back, please don't do it. Choose one of the other 2 options, and you can even have a rest if you need to. Not rocking from side to side with any of these movements. You need to keep yourself stable on the floor. And one more, whichever way you're doing it. Good, we're going to give those legs a little shake. We're going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders and squeeze the lower back. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Have a look, make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders, hands flat on the floor. Keep the chin tucked, belly button back. Squeeze the butt a little if you need to, and lift up into a mini plank here. Okay, we're going to hold that. If you want to go a little harder, you can. You can tuck your toes and push back through your heels. That's up to you. Okay, there. All right, but you can stay down on your knees. Let's lower those hips and squeeze back again. Okay, so there were the 2 options when you come up into that position, okay? I'm going to now make those 2 options harder. So you're going to have like option 1A and option 2A, okay? So option 1 was here, option 2 was on the feet. Option 1A, tuck the toes, lift one knee, lower, lift the other, keep those hips level. All those people that are coming up into option 2 will know that this is option 2A. Keeping your hips down, aiming for 10 of these knee taps or knee lifts, whichever ones you're doing, okay? And then you're going to lower the hips to the floor and squeeze back. So you've got option 1, option 1A, option 2 or option 2A, completely up to you which one you want to do. Make sure there is no pressure in your lower back at any point. Belly button back and lift. If you haven't lifted high enough, you will start to feel it in your back. Choose your positioning and off you go. 1, 2, 3, keep that belly button back. 5, are you breathing? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and squeeze back again. Good, as you lower your body down to the floor now, I want you to slide the hands back behind the shoulders, push yourself up, and then stretch it right back into child's pose. Nice long arms again. Whew, good work. All right, let's come back down onto our tummy. So, you can keep your hands underneath your forehead. You can have your arms extended up here. We're going to lift both the upper and the lower backs at the same time, okay? So that's legs and upper body. Choose what you did earlier, okay? So if you had your hands under your forehead and lifted like so, then that's what you're going to do. If you had your arms up here, then you're going to do this. If you added swimmer kick or the in and out legs, you can do that, okay? A mixture of whatever from the upper and whatever from the lower that you want to do. Hopefully remember, okay? I'm going to mix it up and do all sorts of stuff so that you can see different ways that I do it if you're looking. All right, deep breath out, coming up, and breathing in and lowering down. Deep breath out, coming up, and breathing in and lowering down. Breathing out and coming up, and in and coming down. Deep breath out and coming up, and in and lower down. And we'll do a couple more, breathing out, coming up, and in and lower down. And deep breath out and coming up and in and lower down. Good job, everyone. All right, let's stretch down to child's pose once more. You might be feeling a bit stiff through that lower back as you stretch out, and that'll just be from lying on your tummy. Tilts the pelvis back a little. Okay, we're going to come onto all fours now, so we do want our weights. So grab your weights, bring them with you. Now you don't have to hold your weights, that's completely up to you. I'm going to hold mine, but if you want to just hold on to one, that's fine. Pop it in your right hand. Your wrists should end up underneath your shoulders, okay? Your knees, have a look, should be underneath your hip bones. The weight is centered here, so when I go to lift my arm off the floor, don't travel backwards. You should be able to feel the supporting shoulder working. This is all about strengthening the shoulders and the upper back right now. Okay, let's take it back. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and last one, 5. Let's change sides and shoulders back. The belly button's gently drawing back as well. That's stopping you from twisting through the center. Let's change again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And change again. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, 1. Good. Pop those weights to the side. Let's take the opposite arm and leg and lengthen along the floor, then add a small lift and take it down to the floor and slide it in. Deep breath out, slide it out and lift. Breathe in, down and in. I'm saying it this way now because I want to make sure that everyone is keeping that foot on the floor all the way out, and then lift. Then take it down and slide it all the way in along the floor so that your hips are level. Your knees shouldn't come down before your foot. Deep breath out and extend. If your leg goes a little high, you're going to topple forward. If you lift your arm too high for your shoulder flexibility, you will find you will topple backwards. Let's do one more each side. And last one. And down and sitting back. All right, shake out those wrists, sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back. And once more. Good, all right. We're gonna come down now and we're gonna go onto our side, and I still want you to use your weights. For this one though, Julianne, you're not gonna use your weights. Okay, so we're gonna bend the knees forward. We're gonna lift the rib cage first, pull that up so we're not sitting in that shoulder, then have a look and make sure your elbow is underneath your shoulder. Shoulders are back now. Belly button is back. When you do that, just make sure you haven't dropped the hip, okay? The hip needs to stay right up on top. Now you've got two options for this one. You can come up into a small plank if you like. It is a lot harder. I'll do it that way to show because it's a newer exercise. Okay, but you can leave your hips on the floor. So if you've got any shoulder issues, I would suggest keeping your hips on the floor. All right, find your position and we're doing a clam. 1 and 2, belly button back, 3 and 4, shoulders back, especially that supporting shoulder. 8 and 9 and one more, 10 and gently down. Good, let's just take ourselves over to the other side so that we can give that shoulder a little rest. Bend your knees forward, lift up out of the rib cage, make sure your elbow is under your shoulder. Shoulders back, hip forward. Lift if you lifted before, otherwise leave your hips on the floor and clam again. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and gently lower down. Good. Let's take it back to the first side. And lower down, shoulders back. Now remember, we're working on upper body, and that's why we're doing it in this position. If you're finding that that shoulder has had enough and needs a rest, please come down to here, okay? You don't have to be up here, okay? So that goes for you, Julianne, all right, with your neck. Shoulders back, lift the rib cage. Again, you can lift the hips off the floor if you want to go extra hard. Otherwise, leave your hips on the floor. Nice long arm to keep the rib cage lifted. Stretch out that right leg. If you're coming up, come up. And then we do a single leg lift. Shoulders back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and gently down. Good job. Okay, let's roll it over to the other side. So if you're lying right down, then lie yourself right down again. Do exactly the same on each side, okay? Make sure that hip is forward. We don't want it to drop back here, okay? No lazy hips. Lift the rib cage, shoulders back. Up if you came up, otherwise leave the hips on the floor and lift. 1, 2, 3, shoulders back. 4, keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and gently down. Make sure you don't land with a big heavy flop, okay? Okay, this is the last thing we're going to do on our side. Now, for those that went all the way down to give their shoulder a rest, you will have to come back up this time, but you can take a lot of pressure out of your shoulders by leaving both legs bent, okay? That means you've got to work just that little bit harder through here, and of course both legs straight is even harder again. So lift the rib cage, shoulders back, belly button back, and grab your weight. Now before we get started, I just want to go through this just once, because every time I go through this, there's always someone that maybe doesn't realize what they're actually doing. You're not doing this little door thing, okay? So it's not from the elbow. You can see my shoulder doesn't do anything, okay? The movement is from the shoulder. The elbow stays slightly bent the whole time. So the other thing you're not going to do is this, okay? Opening and stretching. Well, as soon as you stretch that elbow there, you're putting a lot of pressure into a small joint, okay? Your muscles should be doing the work, not the joint, all right? So rib cage lifted, and open the chest, keep the elbow bent. 1, don't let it swing backwards. Watch that weight in the corner of your eye. 4, stop if you need to, otherwise we're doing 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. And we're going to go to the other side. Now you are going to be feeling this in your shoulders, okay? So even if you've got something going on with your shoulders already, you will, or you don't. Even if you don't, if you have healthy shoulders, you're still going to be feeling this in your shoulders right now. So all around here is where we should be feeling it getting a little tighter. Up into the upper back there it will be as well. If it starts to cause pain in the neck, then you need to drop it down a level, all right, or rest, stop earlier. If it's got shooting pains through the front of the shoulder or down the arm or something like that, again, that's not good pain, okay? So you need to be aware of these things. That's why I do my checkup classes. Come into position wherever you need to be, shoulders back, rib cage lifted, and we open again. 1, and 2, 3, belly button back so you don't swing backwards. 5, stop if you need to. 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good, and pop that weight down. Okay, now we're up, we're sitting up, so let's take ourselves to the end of the mat. My mat does seem to be awfully close to my wall, so I'm just going to move closer to you. Then I can move that out of shot. No. That's better. All right, I want you to sit with your feet at the end of the mat, knees pointed to the ceiling. Only use the weights if you can. If your neck is getting sore, give the weights a rest for a moment. Lift up, use the lower back muscles to sit you up nice and tall, and use your tummy muscles to help support them. Pelvic tilt and lift, and pelvic tilt and lift. Remember to stop if you need to, and to breathe. Let's go a little deeper now. Are you ready? We tuck first and lean back and lift up. Don't use your arms to lift up, okay? Tuck and lean back, shoulders relaxed. Use your tummy to lift. And again, hold. Use your tummy. And two more, and back, scoop it back, arching the back. And lift, and once more, tuck. And pull up nice and tall. Good, shake it out, support the back, loosen up the hips, give it all a shake. Okay, so we're gonna do some sit-ups with the weights. So Julianne, again, you're not pushing up above the head. See how you're feeling as well, Terry. Everyone else is, that I'm aware of. Okay, we're pushing up 1 and 2 and 3, and we're rolling down to the floor. Elbows out, and push up, and 2 and 3, and roll up. Balance if you can, twist for 4. Sit up tall, and start again. Shoulders back, 2 and 3, and roll down, elbows out, pushing straight up. Keep the shoulders on the floor, and roll up. Balance if you can. Try to get both legs to lift off the floor at the same time as well. And pull up, and 1, 2, 3, and roll down. Now that you've got the movement, are you still breathing? Just check that. And 2, and 3, and up, and balance, and twist. 2, 3, 4, feet down, and again. And roll. And balance and twist. 2, 3, 4, feet down. Last one. And roll down. And 3, 2, 1. And up. And twist. 2, 3, 4, and feet to the floor, weights down. And relax. Relax. Okay. Let's roll down to the floor. Onto your back. Nice long arms down by your side. Knees bent, pointed to the ceiling. Feet and knees about hip distance apart. Take a deep breath in through the nose, feel the rib cage. Deep breath out through the mouth, pelvic tilt. Roll up and lift those hips. Breathe in and hold at the top. And breathe out, roll back down. Take your time. Feel the roll. Feel your lower back push towards the floor, then peel off. Hold. Feel the upper back, the center, and then the lower back paste onto the floor. And release. And again, rolling up. You're still using those lower back muscles, so now you have to make sure the butt is working a little as well to help support it. You don't have to lock up those muscles so tight that they're rock hard, but we do want to feel them activate, okay? Especially if you have any lower back issues there. Let's do one more. Deep breath out. And deep breath out. Good. All right, we're going to take our legs up to tabletop now. So if you need any extra support, you roll up your mat, tuck it underneath your bum, one leg at a time, belly button sinking into the floor. We're going to curl up, either lengthening the arms like so, or supporting the neck, elbows out to the side, up to you. Breathe in, coming back. And again, breathing out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in. Two more. Last one. And back. Knees into your chest. Take your hands now and support your neck, elbows out to the side. We're going to take those legs up into tabletop again. And this time we're going to extend the right leg out. So curling up and extending out. 1 and 2. Deep breath out as you push that leg away. Remember, the lower you go, the harder you work, so you can take that leg higher if you need to, especially if your back is starting to get sore. Let's change legs. Extending out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go the right again. If you need to stop, then do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Changing legs again, and 5, 4, still pulling down through the center. 3, and 2, and 1, and knees to the chest, head to the floor. Good. All right, let's grab those weights wherever they've got to. It shouldn't be too far away, I'm hoping. Grab your weights in your hands. Hands in front of your chest here. Okay, we're going to push straight up and down. I want you to try and keep your shoulders back. Don't try and lift them as high off the floor as you can. You'll get too tight in the upper body, okay, and I don't want you to do that. So shoulders back and just gently up. See, my elbows are still bent, and bring it in. Not all the way to the floor though. Up, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Legs to tabletop. And 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Leg extension with that. Right, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Left leg, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Bring the knees in. We're going to flex the feet, chin to the chest, except for you, Julianne. Flex your feet, squeeze your legs together, and double. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and bring it in. Good. Pop those weights down carefully. We're going to take our feet up to the ceiling now. So if you need to, support your back with your mat. One leg at a time, turn the feet out, shoulders down. Take the legs out into a V and bring the heels together. Now the lower those legs are to the floor, the harder you're going to work. I'm aware that a lot of people are tight through the back of their legs, so that can cause you to bring those legs down lower anyway, all right? So just be aware of that. You may need some support of the mat rolled under your bum. Good, let's bring those knees in. Lengthen the arms, curl it up. Feet to the ceiling, turn it out and go again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And bring it in again. Grab those weights, they shouldn't have got too far away from you. Now you can leave your head on the floor if your neck is getting tight. Feet up, turn it out, curl up if you can, and arms and legs, 1, 2, keep those hips anchored, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good, knees in, elbows to the floor, and again, carefully pop those weights down. Pull those knees right into your chest. Good. Stretch out your right leg. Curl up. Head on the floor if your neck's tight. Change legs. Change legs. Keep pulling down. Let's go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs to tabletop and arms out. We're going to do a little twist. You can take your feet to the floor if you need to. Shouldn't be any pain in your back at all. Deep breath out, roll through. Breathe in and hold. Deep breath out, roll through. Breathe in and hold. And again. And again. And we'll do one more. Good, come back to the center and hug it in. We're going to take those legs down to the floor now and stretch them out along the mat. Give them a good shake, loosen them up. And bend the knees. Deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out, let the belly button sink down towards the floor. Nice long arms. Deep breath out, pelvic tilt, roll up. Now as you hold it, breathe in, take the arms up and back down. And breathe out, roll back to the floor. And again. Deep breath out, roll it up. Breathing in, arms up and down, and roll. And again, roll it up. Remember, you need to use your butt to help you lift. Especially now we're coming to the end of the class. Back muscles and everything are going to be starting to get really tired. And last one. And roll down. Okay, stretch those legs out, give them another shake. We're going to start our stretching down here. So we're going to do a bit of stretching today, okay? A little bit more than usual. So we're going to grab our elastic as well. So you may need to roll yourself up to grab that elastic, like I did. Just make sure it's close by you, okay, so that we can use it in a moment. We're going to start by having both feet flat on the floor, knees bent. Okay, then we're going to take our right foot up to the ceiling. We're going to stretch that leg as much as we can. Now, if you can, without cramping, I want you to point the toe as well so that you can feel that stretch across the top of the foot and into the shin maybe as well. Keeping that leg as straight as you can, take it down towards the floor so you're moving from the hip. Everything's anchored, and then we're going to flex the foot, so pull the toes right back and come up as fast as you can without lifting your hips. So again, anchor down. Point the toe, feel it working across the top, but you're getting a stretch in the foot and the shin area. Then we flex and we stretch up through the back there. And again, take it down, flex and up, And we'll do 2 more, take it down. And flex and up, and last one, take it down. And flex and up. Now if you can, I just want you to grab hold of that leg and pull it towards you. If you can't reach it, that's okay. You can either try curling up, or your elastic's right there. Just double it over and bring it round the back of the leg. So if we have it up near the knee, you can pull from there and you can get that stretch in the back of the leg there. It also pays to flex the foot, because if you relax your foot, you can't feel that same stretch. Good, gently release that leg. We're going to take it down to the floor. I'm just popping my elastic to the side again, and whatever else is under my arm. And we're going to take the other leg up to the ceiling now. So again, we're going to stretch and try and stretch through the foot if you can. And take it down nice and slowly, strong leg. Then we flex and we bring it up, feeling that stretch in the back of the leg. Point and take it down, stretch the top of the foot there. And flex, bring it back up. And point and stretch, stretching through the shin as well. And up. And again, make sure that foot is flexing when you come back up. Lead with the toes, pull back so that you can get right into that back of that leg. Here we're going to grab hold of it before you lose it. And again, if you need to, you can always double over that elastic, pop it behind your leg. So I'm actually sort of just in that upper, I'm going to say below the knee, but it's actually above, because that's your thigh and that's above there, but right now it's below. So that's where I'm pulling from. You can see where the blue elastic is, okay? So I'm not right in the back of the knee, just below that or above it, whichever way you want to look at it. Flexing the foot just adds to the intensity of that stretch. And gently release and take it down. Now we're all going to use our elastic for the next one, and I'm going to get you to double it over like I have done, okay? So it's just fold it in half, unless you already have a super tight one or a short one. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to put that ankle and just rest it on the left knee, like so. With the elastic, I just want you to, you may have to do that first actually, is pop that elastic behind the left leg, okay? So it's around the left thigh, okay? Holding on to both ends there. It's actually coming up through the center there, that square, that triangle, it's coming up through there. All right, now with that knee pointed out to the side, there, you're gonna bring that right leg up into tabletop. Now again, you can take a little higher if you need to make sure you're pulling. This right knee here does need to be pointed out to the side. So I'm actually going to use 2 hands. I'm going to have one hand just hold on to this elastic and pull it in. And the other one I'm going to use my elbow or my hand to push that knee away. So they're sort of working against each other there. Now that stretch should be on the right hand side. So that's this side at the back here. Should be able to feel that come through the lower back, through the hip, and it's also coming down the back of the leg. That's that sciatic area where you get, if you get sciatic pain, you might feel it run down through there and in through the hamstring area. Okay, very carefully, let's take it down. Let's do it in the correct order this time. So we've got the elastic. Okay, we're going to take it behind the right leg now. So again, just here up in that top part there. Then I'm going to put my right foot on the floor. Left foot sits on the right knee. It's pointed out to the side. Okay, I'm going to take that right leg into tabletop. As soon as I pull it up, I can feel that stretch through here, okay? So it really depends on how tight you are, but we want to make sure this knee points out to the side. You may have dropped in a little bit. Just give it a little shove out of the way, just to add to the intensity there. So it's quite an intense stretch, especially if you are tight in your back or your hips. That usually causes the back of the legs to be a little tight as well. Very carefully release that. Okay, I'm going to pop my elastic to the side now. Bring those knees into the chest, hands behind the knees, and we're going to roll up And here you will balance. Shoulders down, belly button back. Lift your feet if you can. If you need to take your feet to the floor, then do so. Arms out to the side, shoulders down, and hold. Good, and lower down. All right, let's stretch it out again. So as we stretch our legs out here, we push forward and drop the head. Now that stretch is not just in the legs, it should be going through the lower back too, just a little bit. Again, depends on how tight you are. If you drop your head down to your chest, you're going to find that the neck and the upper back gets a good stretch too. Belly button draws back and we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's take those legs out wide and push forward and drop the head. Get those inner thighs stretching now. Good, and coming back up. Bring the legs in and bend the knees. I'm going to get you to slide down and stretch. Try and reach past your toes. So we're reaching and pulling the shoulders forward. You're getting a good stretch in that upper back there. And release. Good, stretch out the left leg. Take the right leg across. Sit up tall and turn. I confuse myself now with my lefts and rights. Slowly back around, let's change legs. Sit up tall, turn. And back around. Shake it out again. We're going to come up onto our knees now. So swing those legs around and coming up. So we have to open up the front of the hips as well, not just the back of the legs. So tuck and feel that stretch there. Of course, you're standing, Tony, but you know that. Good, and change legs. And tuck and hold. Good, and release. All right, let's come into a crouch position. Remember, you're down as low as you can go. Drop that chin down to the chest, then push your bum to the ceiling, so you're now hanging upside down. Relax your arms, relax your neck, and slowly unroll all the way to the top. And stand up tall. Good, bring your arms forward, open out, and squeeze back, and release. And squeeze back, and release, and squeeze back, and release, and arms down. Take the right arm and stretch to the ceiling, and release. Left arm stretch, and release. Little side stretch here, and up to the other side. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and up. Chin to the chest, chin to the ceiling, and forward. Look to the right, round to the left, and forward. Drop the ear down, up and over, and up. And deep breath in, and out. And breathing in, and out. And breathing in, elbows back, and release. Once more, and breathing in, and out. And breathing in, and out. And deep breath in, and deep breath out. All right, well done to everyone. Well done, all of you. So I hope you enjoyed the class. Have a great couple of weeks while I'm not around. Still doing your classes though, because you still got to shoot me text message and say, I've done the class. I feel crap, I feel good, I hated this, I liked this, whatever. Please shoot me a text so I know you've done it. That way I can keep track of who's doing it when, and yeah, what's going on. Okay, that is all. I will speak to you all soon. I'll be back soon. Behave. See you later.